God gave me something today. I have to work on me. I have to work on me. But I'm not lost anymore.
She sits upon the waters on a scarlet-colored beast. The wine of fornication, yeah, for everyone to drink. Harlot of abomination, blood of mortals on the street. Golden cup has run its over, fill her double to defeat. Though they be of one mind, it's destruction to the kings. Making war with the lamb, but the lion is the sheep. When the chariots are overhead, it's running in hysteria. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords is coming to America.
Shalom, 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 family. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Of course, I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's your brother Ariala of Sakari, and I am excited to present to you, the nation of Israel, the official Hebrew Israelite Bible. Now, this has been the culmination of 4 long years of hard work, and it is available for purchase at hibofficialzion.com. Get yours today.
Shalom, shalom. I'm Brother Hayael. And I like to start off by saying, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're about to bring this word out on the San Antonio Riverwalk. Right? Hopefully the camera can pick me up. There's a lot of going on right now. But in light of Trump just being elected, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, I'm sure y'all feel like America's about to go back to normal. I got news for you. It ain't, right? They passing legislation right now to involuntarily detain you. Right. If the occasion calls for it. And that occasion could be reading the Bible, doing anything that they view as adversarial to the state. But we're going to bring out a lesson today that goes a little bit into exactly what I'm saying. Right. We're going to start at the top.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9.
Check it out.
The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
So, for y'all who know history, especially the history concerning Rome, the last emperor of Rome was Nero. Nero, as Rome burned, he blamed the so-called Jews of that time. Now, the real Jews are right in front of you, the so-called Negroes in the Western Hemisphere. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're the real Israelites.
That's right.
And as the Bible says, there's no new thing under the sun.
Right.
So just as the Roman Empire fell, this empire's falling, and you're going to be blamed for it. Keep going.
And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, it hath been already of old time, which was before us.
So the Bible is letting us know straight out, none of the things that we're experiencing are new.
Right.
To my Hispanic brothers, y'all got time for the Bible today? Sister, you got time for the Bible? A couple minutes? All right, go and get that other precept.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him, that Hananiah.
No, that's it. So one of the things that we're trying to explain to our people is that the Most High God sends his prophets out when there are tumultuous times coming. Don't you agree, sister? Would you agree that we're in the last days, sister?
We definitely are.
Well, what should we be doing?
Allowing God to ordain our steps.
How we do that?
How we do that?
How do we do that? Well, can we read something to you? Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. We're going to get straight to it.
Come on. I'm learning.
Oh, praise.
That's your sister?
Yeah, that's it.
Let me give her one too.
Come on, let's
Okay, go and get it.
Is it clean? Real light. Oh, praise.
All right, it's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
That's all we're supposed to be doing, sister. How many commandments are there? There's 613. There's 613. What do you think the first 5 books of the Bible are full of? Commandments.
I'm willing to learn.
Yes, ma'am. Now go ahead and get that scripture for me.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, 6, verse
Can you give me
25.
Leviticus 11?
And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, and he has commanded us.
So that's our righteousness if we do the commandments. Now, we don't want to overburden you, sister, because we see you're in transit and you have your children with you. You got time? Okay, all praises. So do you have time to learn about a commandment that you're keeping? All right, let's get it.
Come on, fornication. It might not be it's somewhere in there, right?
Well, it is.
Fornication.
But are you talking about spiritual or physical fornication?
Physical.
So we'll teach that at a later time. Let's start simple.
Okay. Y'all teaching me. I'm learning.
This is Leviticus 11 and 7. And the swine, though it divideth the hoof and be cloven footed.
With your Amy, chill. No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
So the pig is unclean. Right? You're not supposed to eat that. Now I have a question. Are we the temples of the Most High God?
Yes, we are.
The spirit is your body. That's right. Now what if we defile the temple? Get that in First Corinthians. But go ahead and finish. All praise. Well, the Bible says we have a zeal for God as Israelites, not according to knowledge. So you know that you shouldn't be eating pork or smoking cigarettes or committing
Let me tell you
fornication.
something. Got a testimony.
Okay.
Hey, man, how you doing, brother?
I've been clean of marijuana.
All praise.
You too, buddy. Have a good night.
Now, what if I told you that you don't smoke, you bake it, and you that's permissible in the Bible. So you ain't got to go through withdrawals and all that. You can just use it the way God ordained it.
I just rather not.
Oh, that's all praise.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Hey.
Yeah, 6.
Leviticus 11 and 7. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not, and of their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you.
Now I have a question. When you say you cook a pork chop, what do you have to do to cook it first?
Fry it.
Well, how you gonna fry it if you don't touch it? You gotta prep it. How you prep it? With your hands, right?
Put your hands.
Now, what did it just say in the Bible? It's so unclean that
Do you want to say my wiener?
No,
You don't want to ask me about it?
a piece of it that
It's the last one she's going to see.
I'm good. Thank you, though.
what's a what?
A Daniel fry.
Oh God. Well, I mean that's being necessary. But if you're doing it for a fast, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Should we get that started?
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price.
There's one in 1 Corinthians 4.
For you are bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's.
So, yeah, so we were literally bought with a price, right? So when it comes to our people as the Israelites, how do you think we were purchased? We were purchased a couple of times. Remember when we got free from Egypt? The Most High God ransomed us out of the hands of Pharaoh. When I say ransomed, I mean literally took us from his hand. Whether he gave him money or compensation or death or destruction, he still gave him some type of currency for us, our ransom. So our bodies are not our own. So if you don't belong to yourself, doesn't that make you really like a subordinate to the Most High? He can tell you what to do, even if it's what to eat, where to go, what to wear. Let me find it. That's right. Good job. We got enough. But what we see is that we are the children of God, and we are not our own. Right? So can you go ahead and give me Amos 3 and 2? Because I have a question. Is everybody a child of God? Okay.
We all have the same purpose, and that's to be the world.
Okay.
God's kingdom.
I have a question. Give me a second.
But
Ezra
we
6
all
and
have
53.
different callings.
Okay. Now, what's the calling of the Israelites versus the calling of the heathen?
I'm still learning.
Okay, we gonna show you.
I grew up in church. My grandma raised me in church, but also I believe that men are supposed to be
Okay.
So, y'all doing the right thing.
All praise.
Continue as you teach, learn.
That's right.
Do things,
Y'all just keep allowing God to ordain y'all stuff.
Preaching the Bible,
What you guys say?
This is about, remember how you said there's different callings?
Like that.
Us being Israelites, we have our own calling. Everybody else has a different.
But we all serve the same purpose.
Y'all got any questions? I can pull up right here.
This is Esther's 10 and 9. And my nation is this Israel, which cried to God, and they were saved. For the Lord have saved his people, and the Lord have delivered us from all those evils. And God have wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done among the Gentiles. Therefore hath he made two lots, one for the people of God, and another for the Gentiles.
Now, did you get that, sister?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, I'm just gonna get to the point. Verse 10. For he hath made two lots, one for the people of God, and another
For the people of God. It's right here. Who are the chosen? What are they called? Remember the Israelites in the Bible? Okay, so you have the primary
Teaching me something.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you know how they mentioned Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then out of Jacob came the 12 sons, are the patriarchs or the fathers of Israel. If you look at our signs here, it shows the plight of the real Israelites. How we're thrown in prison, how wealth is taken from us, how we've been discontinued from our heritage. We're the real Israelites.
That's right.
That's the lot that we're speaking of here, but there's another lot. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 44:1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
That's the chosen.
That was
Now we can go back and we're going to finish it out, and you're going to see that not only are we the children of God, but God loves us and is going to give us salvation, and the heathen are not going to get any such thing.
Esther's 10 and 9. And my people is this Israel, which cried to God and were saved. For the Lord have saved his people, and the Lord have delivered us from all those evils, and God have wrought signs and great wonders, which have been not done among the Gentiles. Therefore he has made two lots, one for the people of God, and another for all the Gentiles. And these two lots came at the hour and time and of judgment before God among all nations. So God remembered his people and justified his inheritance.
So we are the inheritance of the Most High God, the children of Israel. Give me Jeremiah 51 and 19, right? Because we are the portion of the Most High God. So if he's going to give us redemption, and he's not going to give it to the heathen, is that a righteous thing? Okay. Well,
I'm a very transparent person.
Okay.
And I'm just keep it real. Because I'm just me. I'm learning.
Okay.
Like I told you.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm a little too.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna play with God like
Can I
that.
read one more thing to you?
I'm not gonna play with God like that. And I'm sorry. So you just asked me a question, and I kind of got brain froze.
No, you're okay. So I'm gonna read this, and my brother's gonna read this, and it's gonna answer the question for you. Okay? Go ahead and get Joel.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27.
Here we go.
And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
None else.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
So I have a question. If the Bible is saying that God is only the God of the Israelites, where does everybody else come in? Can you give me Luke 1 and 16?
Pointing to the world.
Well, so what? Give me
Seeking
Amos.
God and knowing to repent from the sins.
Well, okay. So what is sin?
Sin is
Breaking God's laws, right?
Yeah.
Who was the law given to? The Israelites.
That's right.
So how can everybody break a law that they're not under?
Right.
Food for thought, sister. This brother's gonna read something else to you. Okay?
That's why you're a man.
Well, you're an Israelite too, so it ain't got nothing to do with gender.
You're right, but you're supposed to teach stuff.
Well, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But you gotta teach the kids.
You're right.
So we gotta teach you, so you can teach
But
them.
I'm glad that I stayed because I'm learning.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Now stop right there. You heard him, what he said. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. So if God is saying he only knows the Israelites, again I have to keep asking, where does everybody else come in saying that your God is their God? When God is saying he only dealing with you.
My God is my God.
That's right.
Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior, who died on the cross for my sins.
Well, but
That's
Jesus-
my God.
Okay, that's fine. But your God is only the God of the Israelites. Is that okay? I'm just asking. No, I want you to finish that out.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Remember how I pointed out on these signs that we're the ones in the prisons, we're the ones on the bottom of society, we're the ones in the ghettos, we're burying our children. The other nations are going through that. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going through that. And guess what? We go through it in, say, like Iraq. Did you know there are Afro or Negroes in Iraq called the city people, SIDDIS? They treat them like garbage over there. How about in Thailand? They got a group of people called the Manik people, MANIQ. They're the slave class in Thailand, and they just look like Asian black people. We're all over the earth, sister, and we're under these curses. That's why we have to let you know it's not for nothing. Go ahead and get it.
This is for you specifically.
We almost done. We almost
Can I
done.
do one more for you?
Just one more. Just one more.
This is Titus 2. Titus 2 and verse 3.
Get out.
It's in the same way.
Just one more. Just one more. Just one more.
Go ahead.
It says, in the same way, instruct older women.
So what do y'all believe in?
We believe in the Most High God, Yahweh, His Son,
So you
Yahweh
believe in
Shai.
Jesus Christ?
Well, we call him Yahweh Shai. That's his real name.
Okay.
But sister, go ahead and look our stuff up. Sister,
I believe
hey,
in Jesus
thank you, little
Christ.
brother.
Come on. Thank you.
Of course, right? Get me I made haste to keep thy commandments in Psalms 119. I know we brought it out earlier, but we're gonna bring it out again because our people think they have time, right? A lot of our people are saying peace and safety, and then sudden destruction is gonna come upon them. And most of our people don't understand the things that are happening right now here in America. It shows you that God is judging this place. Somebody give me Nahum 1. Right? Yeah, go ahead and finish it.
This is Titus 2 and 3 in the GNT. In the same way, instruct older women to behave as women should, who live to live a holy life, to not be slanderers or slaves to wine. Slaves to wine.
So our sisters are not supposed to be out here tipsy. They're not supposed to be out here drunk. You're supposed to be sober-minded. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is a dangerous place here in America. Why would you want to walk around here being halfway drunk? And a woman. I just don't understand blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Y'all relaxing like the white man, your best friend. Last time I checked, he been killing you to the tune of hundreds of millions. He walking on stolen land right now. And y'all out here chillaxing. It's crazy to me. But the Bible says we be smitten with madness. And that's exactly where we're at. We're in a mad state of mind. Right? Go ahead and get that.
Well, what you want to get?
I forgot. Yeah, Nahum 1. Right? Because when I say this place is under judgment, I mean it literally. The Most High God is finally recompensing our enemies for all the things that they've done unto his children.
That's right.
Right? Just read it from the top.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1.
You can start it too.
Verse 2, God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth, and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
So the Most High God is furious, and he reserves wrath and vengeance for his enemies. Now I'm gonna have the brother keep going because it's gonna highlight some of the instruments that the Most High God uses to establish judgment in the land. Keep going, brother.
The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind.
You have the whirlwind or the tornado. Here in America, it is now year-round that we have tornado outbreaks. If you go back a decade, that never would happen. Got time for the Bible, brother? Got time? I'll say it. See, our people don't quite understand. Now the judgment is nonstop. You got a tornado outbreak today up in the north, in the Midwest of America. Oklahoma, cities in Oklahoma are still rebuilding from tornadoes that happened earlier this week. People don't know what time it is. Go ahead and keep going, brother.
The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not acquit the wicked. And the Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuketh the sea, and maketh it dry.
We're seeing oceans and coastlines and rivers dry up the world over. I don't mean the whole ocean is drying up. I mean the coastlines are drying up. Entire fishing industries are collapsing the world over. And most of the people here in America have no clue what's going on. But y'all gonna get a big clue when you go to Walmart and ain't nothing for you to buy and your stomach touching your back. That's all I need on that. Go ahead and get it.
You want Lamentations?
Yeah, give me Lamentations 5 and 7.
So this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities.
So our fathers, they transgressed the laws of the Most High God, but they're not here anymore. We're the ones holding on to the curses because we're the ones who are still alive. We inherited the bill or the tab that our forefathers left. But if that's the case for God's children, why is it an exception for those who've raped, robbed, and murdered us? Those who've stolen our land, who take our children? There's not an exception. The Most High God reserves wrath for his enemies, and we're seeing it play out today. Can you give me Lamentations 2 and 1? Right? Because the judgment that's been hanging over our head has been hanging over us like a dark cloud. And it's been so persistent that we went from being the mightiest people on the planet to being thrown down to the lowest caste on the earth. Go ahead and get it.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto earth the beauty of Israel, and remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger.
So when the Most High God finally had enough of us transgressing his laws, he sent these stinking ass heathen to put us in slavery, where we remain this day. That's why we go to our enemies in one of all things. We go to our enemies to get food, water, shelter. Tell me I'm lying, Mr. White Man, you so interested. I'm not lying. We go to you for everything. I know, thumbs up, it's true. And in slavery, we gonna beat his back in and use his wife as a footstool. It's gonna be a good time. Right? But we gonna get back on this lesson. Slacky, y'all. Did you? Yeah, get it. Go and get it.
This is Ezekiel 35:15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
So the way that white man threw that thumbs up, like, yeah, you come to me for everything. He don't understand. He's gonna be on the other end of this exchange in very short order. That's why we're trying to tell blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians who look but don't never want to engage that you are God's chosen people. You are the kings and princes on this planet. And yes, you're better than the so-called white man, hands down.
That's right.
But can you give me Daniel 17?
Daniel 4 and 17.
Yeah. Because some of the issues that our people have right now is they're questioning, how is Donald Trump back in power? How's he back in the office? What if I told you that's the ordinance of the Most High God? Go ahead and get it, brother.
This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
So the Most High God rules in the kingdom of men, and he sets over it whom he deems fit. That's one of our things that our sisters are going to come to know in these latter days. That the most talented man on the planet, the black, Hispanic, and Native American man, isn't on the bottom simply because he's a bungling fool. He's only on the bottom because the Most High God ordained it that way. And I'm bringing this out because we had a cooned out sister walk by with not one white man, but two white men.
That's crazy.
Crazy work. Diabolical.
It's diabolical. Nigga, no cow.
But can you go ahead and give me Proverbs 21 and 1? Because not only is the appointment of Donald Trump of the Lord, but what Donald Trump is going to do while he's in office is also of the Lord. And he's going to run this country straight into the ground. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to deport all of our Hispanic brothers. Last time I checked, who picks your food, America? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Who's doing all your service work? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So if you deport us, how you gonna survive? And I know you white folks ain't gonna get out and pick your own crops. That ain't gonna happen. Y'all ain't even got a damn sunscreen that works yet. Go ahead, get it.
Everybody is there.
Give me Proverbs 21.
That's great. Proverbs 21:1.
Yeah, one.
This Proverbs 21:1. The Lord controls the mind of a king as easily as he directs the course of the stream.
Now, for those of y'all who don't understand what that just said, it says that the Most High God controls your leaders. You might be wondering, how did Donald Trump get back into office? Didn't 80% of the black women here vote for Kamala Harris? Y'all did. Why is Donald Trump in office? Thank you, sister. You shouldn't vote for her. She ain't our people anyway. There you go. But to those who don't know, they might be thinking, so many of us voted for this imposter who's Kamala Harris. Why isn't she our president?
Right.
But the Most High God puts in power who he deems fit. And once they're in power, he guides their decisions. That's why you're about to see America go down a dark slope that it hasn't gone down since slavery in the 16 and 1700s. Y'all got time for the Bible today? All right.
I know the Bible.
Do you? What's your tribe, brother? What tribe you come from? I'm sorry? That's not a tribe. So we gonna go ahead and just keep it moving. I'm gonna let that go, right? Because our people will jump up to say they know the Bible and then demonstrate they don't know nothing, right? But go ahead and get it.
This is Revelations 11, verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and naked, and eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. So the Lord is causing...
Shut that lady down, man. I commented on that. When that lady,
Yeah, come over here, man. Come over here.
I'm sorry.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
I saw it on Facebook or YouTube where y'all shut that lady down who was trying to bring the devil in life. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that, and she got arrested and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, man, the spiritual battle is what you don't see, man. Where the weapons of warfare are not carnal.
That's right.
But a spiritual warfare. I don't know, man. I just know what I know.
Okay, well, before you go, brother, let us give you who you are in the Bible. Is your father Mexican by chance?
I'm a Spaniard and Hispanic descent.
You Spaniard?
And I'm African too.
Which one's your father?
Oh, my father's like Mexican and Irish.
Okay, so I have a question. How many hours a week do you normally work? About 56 hours a week?
About 48.
48? What you like to do in your personal time? Fix cars?
A little bit of that, my music, something like that.
Yeah, so you like to work in your personal time. That's fix the car. There it is. You an Israelite, brother.
Watch this. You know something spiritual though? You a Saints fan, right?
Yeah.
You know what the so-called Hispanic man, right? They're Israelites. You know the Israelites are biblically the saints.
Get that assault.
I don't know, man. I didn't fall away from that. I just stopped believing because like I have people around me like with voodoo, I try stuff like that, and I stopped doing stuff like that because I knew it was going me in time, man. And I've been sober going on 7 months now because when I was doing that stuff, it would leave me in the same cycle, brother. Like you don't even know, like, well, you probably do, but you get what I'm saying? Like it hurt me because I didn't realize what I was doing. I thought it was cool because I got all the money and this stuff, but that's what the devil does. He lies to you.
That's right.
And
the devil gives gifts too.
And he doesn't come in a form like he's not gonna look, because that's not even what he looks like at all. He's an angel, so he's gonna look. Why would? Because if you see a monster, he's gonna run away from the monster. You see a beautiful woman, you're gonna try to approach a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody offering money, you're gonna try to go to what's more appealing. The devil's not gonna try to look at you. That's the best way to get people, and I only know that because I've been in that boat where it was all bad, you know what I'm saying, and I escaped one way by going to jail, man. And jail is I see this meme and it's funny, but it's not. It would show the meme where it showed the rapture, the end of the world, and then all these souls, it was showing all the prisons. You know what I mean? Because most people that come out of jail, if you've been at least, you know what I'm saying, you know why? Because they realize that when you're sober and you're not in the world, you don't get a chance, you know, to really be with God and see what it is.
Well, the Most High God had to put you in timeout so you can focus.
That's what my mama said. My teenager said the same exact thing. She goes, well, you had to sit your butt down. Because you're going too fast, and God sat you down like we did with Kevin Gates. God sat me down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can we read 3 verses to you real quick, brother?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm just real passionate about God, man, when I talk.
You're good. That's why we out here, man. Give me Isaiah 42 and 3. Yeah, go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read
The
it.
book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared and holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivereth, for a spoil and none stands restored.
So how you said you had to go to jail to find God? Well, the Bible says the real Israelites are literally hid in prison houses. We're snared in holes.
The Muslims, the Christians, the Hindus, we're all housed together, but like everybody's praying the same prayer. So we'll call prayer call night time, and everybody's praying together. It's no longer like, you know, being Muslims and Israel. You know, nobody's separate no more. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing.
Still coming to the same
But
God.
here's the thing, though.
You get what I'm saying?
But God separated the nations. Did you know that's in the Bible? Get that for me in Deuteronomy 32.
I just know so much. You know what I mean? Just, like I know Isaiah 14, 12 through 14. That's the one where Lucifer fell from heaven. I think that was Isaiah 14, 12 to 14. I know 2 Corinthians 10, 4, 5, and 1 John 3, 16. Romans 3, 23 for all short. For all are short before. For all are fall short before the glory of God.
But now you need to fill in the gaps, brother. And to fill in those gaps, you got to study. You got to come to a teacher.
I seen what was I watching where it was an old documentary. My favorite rapper, Paul Walker, and he's reading the Bible, and the other guy's like making fun. He's like, "What you reading the Bible?" He goes, "I'm not reading, brother. I'm studying." And that didn't get to me until I was, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get close to him, man. That's all I'm trying.
Well, let us read these couple to you, so you'll have something to study at home.
I see so much people, you know, go walk through with their heads like, you know, breaking like a vicious cycle, man. You know.
We'll go ahead and bring it up.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
So the Most High God separated the nations, and he set the bounds of the other people according to the number of the Israelites. So who are the real Israelites today? Both blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're the real Israelites. We're the children of God.
That's right.
Right?
I had some picture like that where it showed all the 4 tribes, and it showed the Issachar, it showed the.
It's on that card too, man.
Get that card and look at the Bible.
It showed all, like, it showed a picture. Okay, so my brother, like, I mixed his, like, my brother, my mama's brother, like, he looks like my uncle. And we're not related at all, but my daughter, you know what I'm saying, she's half Hispanic, black, so she's like.
What's her father?
Huh?
Is her father black?
Oh,
Because you are what your father is.
Oh, my father's mixed. My father's mixed. He's Hispanic, Irish. From what I understand.
What's his grandfather?
I don't know from Ireland, from what I understand, but I don't know because that was killed when I was 9. So I don't.
Now, what if I told you that's another curse that we grow up with as Israelites? Our fathers not being in the home. Whether they're in prison, they're dead, or they just left.
Yeah, I know about that too, and how the single household has been implemented, and one of the main things is the government, how they do that stuff too. It's a curse, it's a financial curse, and it also has something to do with because how they try to single man household, because the strong man, especially a strong black man in the household was the number one thing back in the, when you watch the shows growing up, it was, you know what I mean, it was a strong black man, and now they took him out. The same thing with Hispanic man, and now they took him out because they wanted mothers to grow up single. And what happens, the statistics show that single mothers produce more people who are likely to commit crime.
That's right.
Than a man with the because my dad was there, I listened to him. When my dad got killed and stuff, I went straight to the streets and stuff like that, you know what I mean? He tried, but he was a gangster too. Well, I wasn't a gangster, I never joined a gang, but he lived that lifestyle. And that's how he took him out, you know? And, but I still went to the streets and I appreciate doing all this. And, I'm sorry, man, I'm trying to excuse that too. And it hurt me so deep, you know what I mean? That I was trying to find fathers, do my homework, you know what I mean, through people. And most of my friends are either dead or doing live or something like that. And I never felt more better to be sober right now than this, you know, because I know a sober mind is the best mind to be, especially when it comes to like, you know, being in touch with God. Drugs, and I know this because when I was on drugs, you cannot talking, you know what I mean? You're gonna think you are, but you're really talking to the devil.
That's right.
You're talking to the, and I know that because the devil.
Well, can I bring something out? Because you said when you got sober-minded, you threw away your idols.
Yes. I threw away everything, man. All the stuff, all the candles, stuff like that. And then I didn't believe it was real. I stopped, you know, I used to believe. I never believed it. I used to be like, before all that stuff, like, what made me, when I was young, I grew up in a Christian neighborhood, but when I was young, I took that happened to my dad. I was like, there is no God. Because God wouldn't allow that to happen to my dad. But as I grew older, I thought it was real, being out of jail when I was younger. And when I said, you turn to the light side, turn to the bad side. And I started doing the worst stuff, you know. And
well, listen to this, brother.
It's Isaiah 30, verse 22.
Look it up.
Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images.
I'm sorry, go for
Verse 21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. And when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left, ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver and the ornament of thy molten gold, images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a mistress cloth, and thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence.
So once you've been given the truth of, you know, who your God is in the Bible, you look at those idols like they're literally a bloody tampon, and you throw them away, like the Bible tells you.
It felt like all, you know, that they got the bracelets, they got this, and you know, like stuff that's real. Bro, I used to think it was cool because I saw it, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody else, I'm gonna do it too. And I didn't realize, like, there is no other God before him, you know what I'm saying? He's jealous. You cannot have. That doesn't make no sense. I even think as long as I put God first, it's okay to worship him, saying. But he says, there is no other God before me. So when you literally put another statue of something else,
Can you give me Deuteronomy?
you don't see no
give me a
statue. You don't see
Deuteronomy,
no statue of God. You don't have to do that. God does not require you to do all that sacrifice. He only requires you love. That's all he requires. And I used to, man, the false idols was having so
Well, let me get you something else, right? Because I want to show you what is required of you as an Israelite, all right? Now that you're finding out that you're likely an Israelite, you need to know what to do, right?
Getting our tips and shit. It's crazy. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and get it.
He's going to Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
That's what's required of you, right? So putting the Most High God first and keeping the commandments. How many commandments are there in the Bible, bro? 10. 613. Now you're seeing why you need teachers out here. Because if you're walking around thinking there's only 10 commandments, then there's 603 laws that you're not committing to serve your God.
That's all the laws in Deuteronomy?
Well, from Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy.
And it might seem like it's a lot. There's a lot of things that don't apply to you. Like, there's laws about like a woman, like she's on her menstrual cycle.
Yeah, I know.
That don't apply to you.
Or like when women have to get married to like guys who are pregnant or something like that. I think it's something.
Rarely goes into Exodus 16.
Yeah, but you can't say like that. I understand.
Yeah, those are.
I don't think it is. That just because you
want to be a chance. Have a good night.
Well, yeah, because it's not by the law or by the deeds of the law that we're going to get the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Can you get me a second Exodus, I believe it's 9, where it talks about being predestinated?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get this. Because going into this also, brother, remember I said you got to keep the commandments. Have you ever studied Hebrew at all?
We see you, sister. Get away from that white man. We see you.
Have you studied Hebrew at all?
I'm going to talk about that too. I already know what that is because I know. Man, look, there was my friend. He became a Muslim. He's rapping together. Is he getting the bike? And I used to think he was crazy, right? But he wasn't because he told me videos about the guy have a tall, white, Asian, and he has very few. He talks about how they put stuff in separate they don't read out. That's why you don't. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm really happy. I have a black friend friends I have are brothers. I can't stop counting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't stop counting. And I'm not just saying my family, I'm saying my daughter. I'm talking about just people I grew up with. And when I go to jail, like, I don't go with my family. I get like that sometimes. So my brother sometimes get into it. But I see that like we shouldn't be. I would always, you know what I'm saying, say that we shouldn't, because like at the end of the day, the guard is gonna attack and stuff like that, waiting for us to fight. So who's winning at the end of the day? Us? You know what I mean? Or them? We fight each other, we get each other.
We empower our enemies when we fight each other. I understand.
And you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, brother.
I'm sorry, brother.
No, like it's cool. Like I was gonna say, there's a Hebrew word named shamar. Like I think it's shamar or shamar, right? It means like the keeper, the treasure, right? Remember how I said you gotta keep the commandments? That doesn't mean just like an action specifically. It means just storing them up in your head. That when you store things up in your head, right, you start enacting the information you got, right? That's what we need to do when we can get to our end point, which is salvation. Watch this. This is 1 Peter 1:13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and at the end, for the grace that is to come upon you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Right. So remember how I say, my brother said, keep the commandments. When you store up this in your mind, right, you start to walk after it to where you can be saved. That's the importance of keeping the commandments and understanding what it means to actually keep them. It means to store them in your mind. That's important.
I talk a little bit too much, man.
It's cool.
Because I know things. You know, like it's my experience of what I've been through, and what I know. You know, and I see. And one of the main things, like, you will not see what's gonna go happen spiritually. You'll never see that. You know what I mean? But have you ever? You ever been like in an area, okay, like right here, people are drunk, and you look at their eyes and why alcohol is called spirits? You know what I mean? How it changes people. The most loving, coolest person in the world, you already know, when they have become alcohol, they become sexual, they become evil, they become disrespectful, mean, trying to fight everybody. It's demons, man. And that's the demons because every time you see, and then when they get drunk, when they're done, when they're sober, what is it? I don't remember nothing. I
didn't mean that.
I didn't mean that. And you know what I mean? Most of the time, they don't remember what happened. That wasn't me. Because that wasn't him, man.
Well, let me get something out of the Bible, because for all the people who can't come back to this book and keep the laws of God, you need to know what's going to happen to them. Right? Go ahead and get it.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life.
So those who keep the commandments are going to come to life.
But such as leave it shall die.
But those who don't want to keep these laws, they're going to perish. That's why you're seeing more and more people dying every day from strange and violent ways, because they won't keep the commandments. And this ain't for everybody. This is for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, and the scattered Israelites around the world.
People just falling in the streets. I seen a video on that where it's like people, they're just like, no sickness, no nothing. They just fall out and just die, just randomly die and stuff.
Yeah, they got a term for it. It's called sudden adult death syndrome. They call it SAD, like SIDS. It's sad.
Oh my God.
And what's the term? What's the proverb we say? Going out sad. A lot of people are dying suddenly. Why? Because they trust their enemy to give them medical care. All them people who ran up to the doctor to get the jabs, how they doing now?
I didn't get no shot during the COVID.
And you fine, right?
I'm fine, man. My mom, she got sick. She went on the doctor and died. You know what I mean? And I told mom, don't get it. She wanted me to get it. I was like, no, I'm not going to get it. I'm telling you, I'm healthy. You know what I mean? And I got around her and I got sick. You know what I mean? I almost got it from her. But when I went to the hospital, I left and they wanted me to get a shot. And I left. I was like, nah, I'm not even going to go shot. Because every time someone gets it, I know they get sick. You know, that doesn't make no sense. I know a vaccine is supposed to do that. But the way that did it, my mom sick for days. I'm sick for days. And I just like to let it go. They killing us, man. That's what they're doing. They're killing us and we don't see it.
That's right.
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
So we're supposed to turn back, take hold of this law, our heritage, and walk in the illumination of that wisdom. Wisdom is like a light, right? If you got a light in front of you, you're not going to trip over your own feet or trip over something in your way. You're going to be guided around and you're going to see what's going on. And this is that wisdom that's in the Bible. Because you can see the people who don't have this wisdom, you've said it yourself, it seems like there's a spirit on them. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be one of those, the Israelites will wake up, come back to your God and restore.
I've met a lot of people out right recently because like I can tell like they're not like I don't know, it's just something off about it, you know what I mean? And they're not the worst, they just like I don't know. Because I always have conversations about them, but like whenever it comes like okay, a lot of them like I said worship idols and stuff like that, you know what I mean? They're into that like that. They're into fasting. I used to do stuff like that. They're into like all that stuff, you know what I mean? And I know about it because I've been in that same boat, you know what I mean? And I let that go because of what.
Well, he's got something on that very same thing you're talking about. Isn't that a nice
one? I know about it. I wish I could tell people what.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
We're supposed to seek out of this book and read. You're talking about all these other religions like Islam, Santeria, all these different things. We're supposed to throw those away and seek out of the book of the Lord and read.
None of these things shall fail, none shall want or make. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit hath gathered them.
So the Most High God commanded, and by his command, his spirit gathers those who hear this message. That's why you're here right now, right? We read it earlier. You'll hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk ye in it." You heard us preaching. You said, "Hey, I got to come salute these brothers," and now you're here getting laced up.
I would have passed y'all by or something like that, you know what I mean? But I don't stop me.
I'm crazy, man.
I wasn't gonna just go keep going, you know what I mean, and just go do what I got.
But now you got our contact information. Make sure you go to those channels on YouTube, man. Sub and start watching
stuff. I seen it.
Okay.
I seen the one where that lady all over. I think
Ecclesiastes 12:13.
where that lady was like talking all that mess, and then she got shut down. You know what I mean? Because I was the devil. She was trying to cuss her out, and then she got arrested. You know what I mean? That was y'all because it was here in San Antonio. You know what I mean? And
well, it depends because I preach another location. It might have been a ways. Was it a long time ago? A couple months?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. It was next to where the fence is at. You know what I mean? On that side, we're jumping to the.
I gave him grace.
It might have been a different group.
Okay.
But we all, you know, we come out here.
I'm not saying no. Brothers are saying nothing. Nah, it was a group of brothers.
Okay, well, we got a couple more, and then we're gonna let you go. All right, brother. We're gonna get back to this. If you want to stay and listen, you're more than welcome. Right? Go ahead and get it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Bring it up.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So our whole duty is to keep the commandments, right? Now, what if you don't keep the commandments?
We don't go to heaven.
Well, do you know God if you don't keep the commandments?
This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
So if you're saying that you believe in God, you love Jesus, all these different things, but you don't keep the commandments, then you don't know God. That's why when I asked you how many commandments are there, now you should be thinking to yourself, well, I love God that much, I'm willing to learn. And that contact info we gave you, that's where you start, brother. All right? Of course.
My last thirsty, man?
No, we good, brother. No, we brought water, man, but we appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate it, bro.
All praises, man. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6 real loud. We gonna read it as you leave. You'll hear it. Or if you want to stand here, that's cool. All right. This will be it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it up.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So the Most High God chose the Israelites to be his special people. And we are above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right.
That's why, brother, keep these commandments. Your God has commanded you to. Right? Can you give me 1 Peter 2:9 real quick? And that'll be it. We'll be out. Right?
This book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9.
Bring it up.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a particular people, that you should show forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So the Most High God selected us to be his kings and his priests on the earth. That is an honor that he did not extend to everyone. So brother, if you call yourself loving the Most High and knowing the Most High, get on these commandments. And if you need direction, you got our info. Shalom, brother. How you an Israelite, right? Y'all know that, right? Like Spaniard.
So I thought you knew. I thought
Shit, I don't know. But brother, just know, if you love God, start keeping the commandments, all right?
This is what they did nowadays. And I can see like people wearing robes on the street trying to call other people and say about the best of life. Like, this is what they did nowadays.
That's right.
I know that.
Give me Jeremiah 4:4.
Jesus, Yeshua did not hang with the rich people. He didn't hang with those who say. He went to the woods, to the boroughs. He went to the streets to where people who need to be saved. Because why is he going to try to save people that don't need?
That's right. Well, a doctor is not needed by those who are well. The sick need a doctor. And our people are sick. They don't know who they are. They're destroyed because they don't have any knowledge.
That's right.
We're going to read this one last thing to you, and then we're going to let you go. All right, brother? Go and get it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 4.
Look it up.
Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants and prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate, but they hearken not, nor incline their ears to turn from their wickedness.
So you see all these people walking to and fro, they don't want anything to do with this. But your ears picked up on this truth and you stopped because you have a burning fire in your spirit to keep God's commandments. I've seen you before, Elder. Yeah. Be safe, Elder. I'm sorry.
Keep like a 6 inches. Just, I don't know, I can't understand, man. Some just say go with it, Robert. Just go with it.
It's in your spirit, man.
Go with it, Robert. You need that, man. You need to hear it. I don't know. It's just like we're coming. It's such a stuff that I do. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's one thing to people who work for the devil and don't know they work for the devil, but to actually be there, you know what I'm saying, and do this stuff. And I've been there and I see things that make, you know what I'm saying, I don't wish that on nobody. They don't realize what they're fighting. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't realize what hell is. It's a real place. It's real, man. And
We'll go into that later if we see you again.
Yes.
Right? Because we can teach you what hell is, we can teach you what heaven is.
I only say it because when I open the window, when I see, you know what I'm saying, that little 2 seconds and my heart stops or whatever, you know what I mean? And when I see it, I know. You can't tell me what I, you know what I'm saying?
Might have got a glimpse of paradise. You never know. Hey, but brother, I'm Hayael. I teach off of the corner of Jack White East and Weber Street. Right? If you'll just hang out for a second, I'm going to sign off and I'll get with you, all right? But we're going to go ahead and sign out, y'all. Call Halal Yahabashim Yahweh Shai. This is Sakari San Antonio saying Shalom. And Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.